Welcome back to the channel, guys, with another video on this bobber build series. Today I'm going to be deleting the rear fender and installing rear turn signals and tail light. The first step will be to remove this actual nut. We'll need a 27mm socket for this. Now I already broke this loose with a breaker, so now I can just remove it. When it's loose enough, remove it by hand and make sure you retain the washer. Now I'm not going to be reusing this because I got all blacked out for this. If you watched my previous video, I went over the parts. Everything's going to be changed with black. Now that this is removed, we can push the axle out. Also, if you notice here, I placed 2 wheel chocks so it can hold the wheel up while I remove the axle. Push it in. There you go. Keep that inside. Now underneath, I'm going to remove the wheel chock so I can make this space for the wheel to fall, and I will also remove the chain from the other side. You can remove the wheel. Also, before we have the rear fender loose, remove the battery cover here. So we can remove the battery and expose the connector that goes to the rear light. To remove the battery with 5mm hex, we're going to remove the negative first, right here. Loosen that up. There you go. Next, remove the rubber holder, and then expose the positive right there, so we can make that loose. Now with a 10mm wrench, I'm going to loosen up this nut. And it's out. Now that the battery is loose, we're gonna pull it out. There you go. So once you remove the battery, you can remove this plastic, and you'll see here that the negative, which is here, goes all the way around and connects to this. This is how we remove the negative. Now you can either place the battery on the side, or you can remove this too to take the battery off completely. Next, with a T40, I'm going to remove the chain guard, because I'm also going to installing a new chain guard, but we also need to remove this in order to remove the fender. And then with the T30 in there, right there, that's the second screw. Remove that, and then remove the chain guard. And when you remove the chain guard, you're also going to remove this bracket together. Just hold it and remove it. There you go. Again with the T40 from the other side, break this loose. The only difference is you'll need a 12mm wrench from the other side to hold this nut over here. Again with the T30, remove the same one from this side. You have 2 more in here, also T30. Remove one, remove the second one. Okay, there's actually 1 more in here, which is a 5mm hex. Remove that, and then you'll see the fender being loose. Let's see if we can remove it with one hand. See the cable right there? You have to drop it down so we can disconnect that cable there. I'll do my best to be able to show you how to trace this cable. You'll see here, it comes right here, and they're up in here, and then see this cable move here, and from there all the way straight there. So you unplug it from there, trace it out, and remove the whole cable with the fender. Next, we're going to prep the bases for the turn signals. For this, we're going to use a 12mm wrench to break this loose. Same with this. There you go. Remove by hand. And we're going to insert the turn signal brackets. Okay, I already inserted the first one, and I'll do the second one. You can't put this the wrong way. One is for the right, one is for the left, and it goes, these 2 brackets go above these 2. Just like that there. And these brackets come with an already hex 6mm hex bolt that bolts in here. Once you insert it by hand, then you're gonna use a 6mm hex and tighten it in. So you know, these are metal, these brackets. From the photos, I actually thought they were plastic. So I thought I was gonna be disappointed, but they're not, they're actually metal. So tighten both and these brackets are ready. Okay, once you have the brackets installed, here you will have to thread the turn signals. Now this will take a while. Probably the most tedious part is threading all these cables and creating cable management, because you're gonna have to remove this nut over here completely out, thread the cable in for the turn signal and tail light, and then re-thread this nut through the cables back in and then tighten in. And then once you do that, you're gonna place this back in place, just like I did with this one right here. And then the next part will be connecting all the cables. This is pretty easy because all colors match, since both are Motone and the harness is also Motone. The only leftovers you're going to have are these two, the black and the black and white, and this turquoise color and black and white actually goes to the license plate light, which is also Motone, which I installed right here. You can see it. So now everything is connected. Before I do cable management, and I'm going to use this tape, Tessa tape, to create insulation. I'm going to tuck everything right here on the left. But before I tuck everything in, I'm going to do a test, make sure everything is functioning properly. Okay, let's turn it on. There you go. These are the running lights. License plate light, running lights. Let's turn the turn signals on. Left. Perfect. And right. Nice. Okay, let's do a brake check. Yep. With the front brake. Don't do the brake check with the rear brake. You have no rear wheel, you don't want to do that. Just the front. Works perfect. All right, wheel is back in, and look at this. What a difference without the fender, man. This bike, I don't know, it has to be with no fender. I know some people prefer the fender, but to me, oh my God, this looks unbelievable. And I think I made the best choice when it comes to taillight and turn signals with these two Motone. They're tiny, and yet they have so much light. Same with the license plate, Motone. I did some cable management here. The whole thing all the way back inside behind the battery. And while I was at it, I added this Motone leather strap just to give it a little bit of touch. I put this blacked out spacer here. This is just a generic license plate holder that I got from Amazon. At the same time, since the wheel was out, I did the rear galfer brake rotor. And from this side, I also did, again, blacked out spacer and blacked out nut. I'm going to recheck torque once I ride it, because I have a lot of threads left, because this is much thicker than the stock. So I want to double check that this is good. And I also changed these nuts here at this sprocket, because they were silver, changed them to black, because I'm also going to change the chain to black with some tiny gold accents in here, and also this chain protector over here. Man, look at this. The bike looks transformed. Okay, the rear basically is completed right now. I'm starting working from the back to the front, and then as I work myself up, I'm going to change the seat with a leather Motone seat, change these ones with blacked out, these blacked out, change the Triumph logo to a blacked out logo. change this also to blacked out. I'm gonna do videos for all these and then work myself to the front so I can do the front black shrouds and the front turn signals here, which will attach to the shrouds, will be the same ones like these, same Motone, and of course, again in the front, the galfer rotors with the short fender from Motone, and a lot more. I'm going to change this over here, different one. I'm going to change these ones over here with blacked out. I have front wheel axle sliders and so much more parts, man. I can't wait for this project bike to be completed. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and want to follow this bobber build series, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.